Yo, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. This is the first voiceover recording for the Supernatural Vault. Thank you for locking in. Once again, these are all true stories. Some are going to be longer than others. Some are short, some are long. But they're all true stories. I'm not going to try to drag anything out. These are going to be all real stories about things that happened in my life with the supernatural. Okay, this very first story, I'm going to call it Angel in the Hallway. All right, this took place in West Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, that's another thing too. I'm going to try to be very blunt. I'm trying to be direct. I'm going to try to give as much detail as I can. Some I'll put locations, some I'm not. This specific location, my nana and granddaddy had a trailer in Casa del Monte. This took place in West Palm Beach, Florida, on Forest Hill and Jog, in a neighborhood called Casa del Monte, or the trailer park. Okay, this one particular night, my mother, she used to work nights, so we wouldn't see our mom until like the next morning because she worked overnight. She was a nurse. She was a night nurse. And this particular night in the trailer, the very front room of that trailer, the very front of the building there, my dad was standing there. Okay, then you had the living room, you had the kitchen, and then there was a hallway that came down that had the bedroom right there where me and my brother stayed in. And then the next room down the hallway would be the bathroom that you can get there through the hallway. And there was another door where you can get there through my grandparents' room, my nana and my granddaddy. So growing up, I used to always see these shadows in in my doorways. No matter where I went, no matter where I was, a lot of nights I would wake up and there would be these shadows of different figures that would stand in the doorway. Well, this particular night, one of those shadows was in the doorway. And whenever I would close my eyes and open them, it will slide closer. And I would close my eyes and I would open it again and it would slide closer. So I got up and I went to the front of the trailer to go get my dad. Because, you know, when you're a kid, you think like, man, can't nothing beat my dad. My dad can whoop anybody. He can beat anybody. So I go and tell my dad, like, Dad, there's something in my room. There's something in the room. So he's like, okay, I'll be there in a second. So, you know, I go back to the room, think, okay, my dad's going to come. Everything's going to be fine. I get back into bed with my brother. I go to sleep. I get up again because now I got to pee. So the thing is there in the doorway again. So I close my eyes and I pray like, Lord, please let it go away. Lord, go away. And I open my eyes, it slides closer. And I close my eyes again. God, please let it go away. Let it go away. And I open my eyes and it slid closer to me. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm at this age. I'm like, I'm not about to pee on myself in this bed. It's big. And at that time, I was maybe 7 or 8. But I wasn't going to pee on myself in the bed. So I got up and I walked through this thing. And I went to the hallway. I made a left. And I went down to the end of the hallway to the bathroom. I used the bathroom. And as I came out, in front of the door where me and my brother was staying, there was a window where you can see like outside. And there was this beam of light that was coming in from that window into that hallway. And it was my mother. But the thing was, at least I thought it was my mother. So I walked up to it slowly. And at this time, you know, like I said, I'm 7 or 8, so my mother's taller than me at this time. And I'm looking up at her, and she had the red lipstick, and she had her elbow leaning towards the windowsill. And I went up to her and I was like, hey mom, I love you. And I went to hug her and I went right through her. And she was like a glowing white. And I went right through her and I backed up and I looked at her and I was like, this isn't my mom. Like, I knew it was something supernatural. I knew it was like a ghost or spirit, an angel or something. But I always said, as an adult looking back, I always said an angel because I felt so at peace looking at this thing. And I knew it was like, it's not my mom, something's off. So I kind of started walking slow back into that room. I made a right and I started walking slow back in that room. And as I looked back, nothing moved except the head. And she turned her head and it was looking at me with this big smile that my mother got this big smile. She got some real pretty teeth. And this thing was smiling at me with these teeth, It was like not scary teeth, not horror teeth. It was just smiling at me, and I was at peace. And I went back and I got in my bed, and I didn't have any more situations that night with that evil spirit, with that demon or whatever that thing, shadow person or whatever that thing was that was in my doorway. So that's why I call this story here Angel in the Hallway. And that's my first one. Peace.
by the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips